Hello and welcome to a brand new Barrel Roll Newscast for June 22nd, 2019. Today we're talking EA and Lootboxes. Again, Spider-Man news, Venom news, some Pokemon updates for the new game, and we're talking about Tifa's boobs. All that and more, stay tuned. Hello and welcome, everybody, to a new Barrel Roll Newscast. I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
And we're here to talk about gaming and movie and other assorted nerd news entertainment from the last week. I'm just writing down numbers because I forgot to last week. Apparently I didn't do anything. All right. So here we go. Why did I do that one? What a horribly wrong date I wrote. Oh well. Here we go. Welcome, everybody. No, not today's date, last week's. I wrote it wrong. I can't math. All right, so let's get going. First up, EA. When it comes to all of this lovely stuff that is Europe making laws against loot boxes in games and all that kind of stuff, they've come forward and said that loot boxes are, for one, ethical, because they are a surprise mechanic, quote unquote.
What do they consider a surprise, though?
Surprise! Actually, what they're calling it, it's like a Kinder Egg.
Okay.
So when you get a Kinder Egg, you're not complaining because, you know, you got a toy inside. You're happy because there's a toy inside
you
your
just don't know which toy you got.
And you don't know which toy you're going to get.
Usually they're disappointing.
Usually they are fairly disappointing. Anytime I get a Smurf, I'm like so happy. But again, here's the thing. I don't need a Kinder Egg to move my enjoyment of things forward.
No.
Like,
I
one,
like chocolate.
I get chocolate, and I like Kinder chocolate. Like, I like Bueno.
Yeah.
So I like the chocolate already. And the toy's just kind of like fun little, and especially when you're a kid, bonus.
Yeah.
If it's a little car that actually does something, you're like, yeah. If it's not, you're like, oh. Otherwise, you're like, I got chocolate.
Yeah, pretty much.
With games, you're. No, I got you. We're a little off center. Things moved. Things moved.
Too far.
I don't know what that was. Yellow thing. Orange. I don't know. It looks yellow on the thing. Either way, we're a little off center. But that's all cool.
Wow.
We'll just move this. And no one will know the difference.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, sure.
With a game, though, when you put stuff behind those loot boxes, depending on what you're putting behind them, it's very much I do not enjoy this game because I can't do the things I normally would like to do in this game. Like, we've been playing Call of Duty Remastered, lots of it, and there's loot boxes.
Yeah, depots.
The depot crates.
Yes.
Which you can use real money to get.
Yep.
But it is purely cosmetic.
Oh, absolutely. Camos, people,
Yes.
emblems.
Yeah, like, so I'm not enjoying the game because of loot boxes.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody kept bringing up Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it released.
Oh, yeah.
They were locking heroes behind loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And not in a way like, okay, once you've played, you know, for 10 minutes and beaten this, you'll unlock Luke Skywalker guaranteed.
Yeah.
It was a non-guaranteed thing, because Sonic Racers... Double Team Racing, whatever they're called. Sonic Team Racing. Sonic Team Racing's the new one.
Okay.
Everything's in loot boxes.
People and everything?
Yes, but you can't buy the loot boxes. It's just how they've built the mechanic in for unlocking stuff. So
it's work towards it.
It's just unlocking characters in a flashy fashion.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, then it is a surprise mechanic, because you're like, ooh, because it pops, and you're like, oh, Super Smash Bros. Used to do the same thing. Challenger approaches, and you'd get, like, the silhouette-y, you know, and you're like, who am I getting? Is you're trying to figure out based on the shadow.
Yeah.
Cool. But when you put junk to beat the game behind loot boxes,
It's not that great.
it's no longer a Kinder Surprise. It is because I'm not getting the chocolate. You're hiding the chocolate inside of the little thing.
It's just the plastic egg.
You're just getting the plastic egg.
You get the chocolate inside.
Yep.
You have to work for your food.
Yeah, exactly.
So does that mean that they should be illegal in the States then?
I'm pretty sure if you put the chocolate inside the plastic, it's okay. It's
No.
putting the plastic inside the chocolate that's not good.
No.
Yeah, that's their thing. Because
That
if
was
they,
a choking hazard.
it's a choking hazard because
Well, you put a tube of...
well, no, there's
Kids are just going to swallow that thing whole. And then it's a choking hazard.
well, but that's their fear is that they're gonna take that entire chocolate egg and go whole and then swallow the plastic part. Apparently, no one in the States has ever seen a Kinder Egg. Those things are like an actual egg.
Yeah.
Not once as a kid was I like, you know, it's a great idea. I'm gonna shove this entire hollow egg into my mouth. You know why? Because there's a plastic piece inside.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you choke on many a Kinder Egg?
You gotta try and fit it all in your mouth at once. It's like one of those 2-bite brownies.
Yeah.
You gotta prove them wrong. It's
Oh yeah,
not 2-bite.
that's a one biter.
It's not 2-bite.
That's one bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinder Surprise, same thing.
I call a 2-bite brownie a 1-bite brownie, but you take 2 of them, and that's why it's a 2-bite. I still no AR off. I want to play this game like Pokemon Go. Oh, that man's frozen.
We are trying out Wizards Unite while we're...
Threat level is low. Oh, I have to draw... the Star Trek star symbol. I did it good, and I used Incendio.
So, yeah, it's...
EA's being stupid because they're trying to fight this law.
Ethical, okay. You maybe get away with that because it's a business.
It is a business, but now, like the UK has said, not the UK, but Europe has said, it's gambling.
It is.
Especially when real money's involved. Again, if real money's not involved,
Yeah,
we've got a different...
You can't really say it's gambling.
Right.
Well,
It's-
it is gambling. It's like going onto those poker sites and just,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
just give me this X amount of money.
Yeah, give me my 2,000 chips sort of
And
thing.
you just, all in.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah. I was when poker was big. There was a time, I'm not sure if people remember this, when poker was a thing. Like it was all over the sports networks and everything.
Done.
There's too much junk to do in this game. That is not fun.
How do I turn off AR?
It's in the battle sequence too. It didn't actually click for me, but when I got into the next battle, it did it. I leveled up.
I'm confused.
I'm a master wizard. I got a healing potion? What did I get? What's the things?
You healed.
Congratulations, you've leveled up. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff. Alright.
I got coins.
The ministry will provide me with blah, 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 blah. Alright, so, either way. EA, loot boxes, ethical. I think if you're not spending real money on them, you're cool.
Why?
No, you cannot go outside, dog.
Stop
You just
staring
want to
at me.
dig.
Stop staring at me.
Oh, are we doing this? Here we go. Here. Oh god. So I think if real money's not involved, they want me to do more tutorial stuff. Go away, daily assignments. I don't care.
The joys of playing a game.
Just let me play the game.
While filming.
Either way, I think if real money's not involved, that's where, like, we come into.
Oh, I knew that already.
All right. I was gonna say I can update you on the updates. I think it's the real money part that's the biggest kicker. I sent you an invitation.
They're trying to justify their actions.
Yes, they are trying to justify their actions because loot boxes do make them an incredible amount of money.
Ooh, yeah.
So, either way, there we go. That can be done for a bit. So yeah, it's that one weird piece where it's just like, this whole thing is, it's just the way that EA keeps trying to like spin it, which is the funny part.
Well, that's anything. It's just this is way more public than...
Yeah. Our PR team is working on the correct buzzwords that you guys will find acceptable.
Pretty much.
Except you're still talking about how loot boxes are ethical, and
They're really not.
they're really not.
Well, I guess I shouldn't.
They're not. To me, they're not. In my mind, they are... because you're hiding stuff that should just be unlockable behind a paywall. Like, if you want to do DLC, that's totally cool. If you want to release, like, new crates behind a DLC, that's totally cool. Yeah, I see you wanting to play fetch, dog. I'm well aware. You're very cute. Hi. I know, you're gonna kind of try and come see me. But either way,
Yeah.
we got some Spider-Man...
It's just another level of this
Yes.
loot box business that's been going on for over a year now.
Yes. Well, and Star Wars was finally the tipping point for so much of it, which is why EA has to keep defending, because Battlefront is their thing.
Yeah, but I think it's always been mostly cosmetic. But,
Well, with Battlefront, it wasn't.
But that's what changed this.
Yes, that's what changed the conversation.
Yeah.
Was, it's not just pretty clothes anymore.
You want me to get characters.
It's stuff and guns and everything was hidden behind paywalls, and it's just like, what happened to the mechanic of play game, level up, gain stuff? Like, again, that's why COD is fun, because you're unlocking the pieces and leveling up and gaining your ranks. And I mean, even if the ranks at this point are meaningless because you've unlocked whatever through prestige, it's still fun to be like, I'm working towards, you know, that number going up.
Yeah.
As opposed to,
I don't know.
if I give them $400, I will get Skywalker.
I don't know. It's, yeah.
That's the part that's my thing. That's like, ugh. So, there you go. Some Spider-Man news. There was I'm going to go to the third one and then pop back up. So there was a countdown that started on Marvel's Twitter.
Yes.
Starting with the number 4, written in spider webs. Everybody got excited. It either meant we were getting Sam Raimi's 4th movie in comic book form, or that we were getting some kind of Fantastic Four related news.
With Spider-Man.
With Spider-Man obviously being involved, which it makes sense because him and Johnny Storm are pals.
Buddies.
If you're going to introduce like the Fantastic Four in some way, shape, or form, like Spider-Man's not a bad way to do it. We've also had news that Kevin Feige's been like playing with ideas of how to get the Fantastic Four and X-Men into the universe, and they're having a lot of fun coming up with like different, you know, what ifs.
Negative zone.
That's my piece. Either way, the countdown got to 0.
Yeah.
And I think we got a really cool announcement, but it's really lackluster because of the countdown.
Yeah.
So
false advertising.
Not false, but just misleading.
I guess, yeah.
Overhyped.
Well, because Marvel starts doing this stuff as, what's Marvel doing?
Yeah.
And now we get that.
We get J.J. Abrams and his son, who are going to write a Spider-Man comic together.
Yeah, because it really, I mean, you got a point. I think you're at a point now where you're not getting a whole bunch of people reading comics. So when Marvel starts announcing stuff, it's, what's next in their movie line?
Right.
And this is what people are going to.
Yeah, well, that was even, last week or the week before, there was a bunch of, like, Weapon X stuff that got released that, like, it looked like it wasn't supposed to. Like, it was a half-baked website with images. And you dig a little deeper, and, again, there's Wolverine Captain America crossover comic coming out, because Captain America was Weapon 1.
Yeah. And
every subsequent experiment after that to get to Wolverine was trying to recreate Captain America.
Yeah.
Cool. But again, comics. So everybody's like, and we get nothing. Like, we got a comic, but we didn't get it. Like, it's not movie news right now. They're trying to pump comic book stuff because they got Far From Home coming out, and then
we don't know.
We've kind of got some quiet time until D23 this summer.
Well, the comic
and Comic-Con.
Yeah, Comic-Con's coming up sooner.
Yeah, but that's like all of their summer plans. Like, we have announcements coming.
Yeah. But
they're not doing it on Twitter right now. It's all comic book stuff. So
and
either way,
about Endgame trying to
overtake
the box office.
And Endgame getting re-released obviously on the 28th with some extra extra footage
3
added.
minutes or something.
And there's a tribute at the end apparently to Stan Lee that they've added, and like all this stuff, and it's just to get to that 44 million mark over Avatar. But with this one, J.J. Abrams is co-authoring or co-writing a comic, a Spider-Man comic with his son. Hey! Which I think is cool. I think that if his son is into comics and his son is at least, you know, half a decent writer, and he, like, we know he can write stuff.
Let's see.
You know, like he's done cool stuff before, which he's written and then turned into a film, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah. And anybody who goes, here's a movie guy, so, you know, with Kevin Smith, and like a lot of these guys are. Oh, yeah. They get them to write. If they're good writers, they're good writers. Yeah. I just think this was the wrong way to do it, because it was very lackluster, like all of a sudden it's like, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it cuts to J.J. Abrams, and I'm like, is he directing is he directing the Fantastic Four movie? I'm confused.
No, the Russo brothers.
And who's this munchkin next to him? Because I'm also confused. And he's like, hi, I'm JJ, and this is my son, and we're going to be writing a Spider-Man comic. And I'm like, oh. If they would have legitimately just released that video on Twitter without the countdown, I would have been way more like, oh, good for them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Probably not going to read it for a while, but you know.
No, I'll wait till it's on my my online service. Yeah, my online service. But it's one of those things where it's like they built it up, and they should have been trying to like squash rumors really quickly online. Like, nope, guys, it's a comic related announcement. Yeah. You know, like cool your jets. You know. Yeah. Temper it a little so that when we get to it, you're not like, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Because again, it's kind of cool news, but it's because of the countdown. It's kind of like, oh, okay.
Not everything Marvel means it has to be a movie.
But even comic book wise, that's not that exciting.
Well, it's a big director.
It's a big writer-director who's now doing a comic, but like I'd be more excited.
It's a big name in Hollywood.
It's a big name that's coming to do something. But again, I don't need a countdown per se. I think the countdown is what killed it. Because JJ writing something with his kid, kind of cool. Yeah. People who are naysaying it, going like he's just helping his kid get into writing. Well, what the...
Well, I don't think his kid would be just starting out now.
Right.
I think his kid's already probably done something, and
right.
This is just...
Well, that's...
Never heard of it. Everybody has pseudonyms.
Well, no, and I'm trying to think of who it is now. I think it was R.A. Salvatore, who does the... Dritz stuff. Yeah. He's done stuff with his kid. Like, co-authored with his son, writing books that are based in that world. Cool. Yeah. If you have that power and you have a kid who wants to do this kind of stuff...
You're their way in.
You can totally be their way in, and you know what? People do it all the time. Well. Like, if they have those connections and they can help that way, they help that way. Now, the determining factor is that his kid might, like, this comic might suck. And then both of them will never write comics ever again.
Yes. But that's a chance to...
But that's now the chance that they're taking.
Yeah.
At least it's not a Star Wars comic.
It could.
Yeah, I don't mind JJ's movies, but, you know. I like the new one.
I mean, that would be a decent idea, though, if he were to...
do a Star Wars tie-in something?
Yeah. Because it's pretty much his story.
I know.
Other than the second one.
Rian Johnson comes in just like, hey, JJ.
I'll take over for a few comics.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. JJ builds up to this giant plot twist, and Rian Johnson comes in. He's like, I've got the next couple, guys.
Don't worry, I got
this.
I got
JJ comes back. What did you do?
I gotta fix it now.
Now I gotta, somehow retcon everything you've done. Oh. Now I have to bring the Emperor back. It's the only way. In other Spider-Man news, Kevin Feige was doing an interview, and someone asked about the possibilities of a Venom Spider-Man movie happening now that, you know, Venom obviously did well enough. Yeah. And Spider-Man, obviously, new movie coming out shortly with Far From Home. Yeah. And Kevin Feige was quoted as saying that a Spider-Man Venom movie would be likely.
But it's all up to Sony.
It's partially up to Sony.
It's
mostly up to Sony. What's big time up to Sony is who gets to make the movie. Like, hopefully, again, it's a Marvel film if they're going to bring Tom Holland and that kind of stuff into it, is let them do it. But, I don't know, it's that piece where... So either way, one of the websites, like, called to confirm, because, like, they're like, when he said this... Like, they called Sony going, like, was he just saying, like, that a Venom movie, like, a second one was likely?
Yeah.
Or did he actually say that, like, a crossover between the two was likely? And they've confirmed that it is. He did say that, like, the crossover was likely, but...
Who knows?
Nothing past that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting news.
Well, yeah. But see, this is what I go back to, though, the Marvel news. Everybody thinks it's movies.
Well, this one being Feige, because he's in charge of movies, so...
But then it's another movie news, and so you hear Marvel stuff and the countdown. You think it's going to be that.
Well, because
you almost forget that they do
make comics. Yeah, I don't. But because again, when that X-Men stuff came out, I'm like, okay, and then I looked into it, and it's like, oh, it's a comic. Like, tone down expectations, folks, because like Tony shared it with us, I think.
Well, I remember seeing it before he.
Yeah,
but I wasn't bothered reading.
But so I read through it, and it's like, okay, this is all like Captain America, leading up to Wolverine, and it's like, oh, okay, and then I hit the subreddit, and I'm like, oh, it's a comic.
Yeah.
Like, and then even when I say that, it's still like, yeah, but it could be, and it's like, no, it's a comic, guys. Like, done. Like, there's no more reading into this. It's a comic.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool way, and again, that what-if scenario that Feige's been talking about of, how do you get the X-Men into the universe and all of that jazz. Wolverine starting with, I know, it's a crazy thought process, a Wolverine origin movie.
Why not?
But, like, just doing Wolverine, if you're going to go that direction, introduce new Wolverine, and do it as a, like, pseudo-Captain America flick.
Well, if they're looking for ways, I mean, if you can go off the trailer for Far From Home.
Yeah.
Multiverse,
if the multiverse is real and, Mysterio's not just making stuff up, then yeah, totally.
Totally. We won't know.
We won't know, because
July 7th or whatever.
Jake Gyllenhaal's being really good about his press tour.
I could see that.
They keep sending him and Tom Holland, like he's Tom Holland's babysitter almost. They were on the Graham Norton show together.
Yeah.
They've been on this show together.
But yeah, they're in everything right now together.
Well, I know, but I think it's because the one time Tom Holland started to say something, like Jake just kind of gave him a look, and it was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Whoops.
Yeah, my bad. Like, I think that's legitimately why Jake Gyllenhaal keeps getting sent out with Tom Holland. It's like, oh, we'll put them together. They're funny together. They're cute together.
Yeah.
It's good. On the Graham Norton show, they were talking about, because I watched the whole thing, because they had Tom Hanks, and then those two, and then Gwyneth Paltrow, who was promoting Goop, her weird company.
Sure.
And it's her company.
Oh, okay.
She sells weird natural products.
All right.
But either way, one of the things, they're like, well, you actually, like, try stuff, for your company. And she goes, I try some things for my company. Like, she's like, there's this new one where you start drinking your own urine for health benefits. She's like, not gonna happen. And and then Jake Gyllenhaal said something along the lines of, you guys don't do that? And Tom's like, because we drink each other's urine, like, all the time. And then you just see Jake like,
all right.
You okay? So either way, yeah, they're going press tour together. But yeah, Spider-Man Venom movie could be a possibility.
Which is weird, I guess, because
we've gone backwards.
Well, no, because they've talked. Because obviously, again, going back to Far From Home.
Yeah.
With the mention of, I'm from a different universe.
Yeah.
If it sticks true, there's been a whole, hey, we're getting a Spider-Verse movie. And I know Holland has even gone on record saying, yeah, I'd love to work with Maguire and...
Sure. Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But
I can't see them doing a Spider-Verse movie in the live actions since Sony did theirs. They could, and I mean, they do it in the comics.
Miles technically isn't there yet. And
I know, but they do it constantly in the comics, so they could. It's just one of those things that in the comics I'm getting really, really sick and tired of all of the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse stuff. Spider-Man and like his happy crew of spider people that they've kind of created.
Yeah.
Totally cool. Because after the first Spider-Verse event, you had Miles.
Yeah.
Or not even Miles. You had Miles still doing the Ultimate thing.
Yeah.
You had Gwen Stacy, or like Spider-Gwen, in her own comic, doing her own thing in her own universe, which was, you know, like once a month sort of thing where you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
You still had Peter Parker doing his thing, and then Silk had worked her way into the Spider-Man story. So Silk got bitten by the same spider that bit like Peter, but she got locked away for like all these years in a bunker.
Okay.
So now she's out and swinging around and doing her thing, and it's like, she's cool, Pete's cool, everybody else in their own universe is tucked away is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Because we can visit them every once in a while, but now every time Spider-Man gets an event, it's like, Spider-Verse! And there's 800 of them again, and you're like, can we pause? Time out.
I don't know. I want to see a live-action Spider-Pig.
I'll take Spider-Ham.
Yeah, Spider-Ham, that's the one.
I'll take him. So yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I thought Venom was pretty good, other than they kept sticking the love interest piece into it.
Well, it'd be interesting how they...
And I'd like to see Marvel take a little bit of...
what they do, because they kind of... He's a good guy?
Yes.
But he's not supposed to be a good guy?
Well, but... So in the comics, again, after years and years and years of story development, they twisted him to that direction. And then now they've, like he can flip-flop depending on who's wearing the suit.
Yeah, but he eats only bad guys. So Spider-Man's issue is that he's killing people?
Maybe.
But the whole thing for the MCU has been, hey, we can kill them as long as they're bad guys.
Oh, yeah, totally. We've been doing that since, forever.
So what's the problem Spider-Man has?
Cap's been shooting people.
He's been throwing people off boats.
Yeah, no, I still love that first kick off that boat. Pooh, pooh. Well, that man is dead. Like,
he's paralyzed. And he's in the ocean.
Yeah,
the ocean killed
him. Not
I didn't
Captain
do it.
America.
I just paralyzed him, guys.
Yeah, no.
It was a well-placed kick.
There are killing blows. A lot of them in Captain America. What do you think, Pancake? Is Cap a killer? Good. Yeah, it's one of those things where I just laugh because that's exactly it is. The MCU's had no problems killing Iron Man, first movie. Terrorists. Yeah. Yeah, there was all those guys at the end of the street, and he just had the little like shoulder thing pop out, and they were all dead. Good guy. I didn't mean to. We're back with sound. Nope. You're not going back under the table. There. Good. Sit. Lie down. She's just excited because her buddy's here. Other technical difficulties. Yeah, like Iron Man's been killing people.
That'd be my question: is what does Spider-Man have a problem with here?
Well, and I think the coolest part to the symbiote story for Spidey is like him getting the symbiote and becoming stronger and just being like, "This is so awesome! Like this is what I've needed."
Yeah.
To help me with my life, because my life sucks right now, because something. Like, this would have been a good time, even with going into Far From Home, he's dealing with the loss of Tony.
Maybe it's a twist ending.
Whoa!
And this whole comment by Feige is
it's
a segue to number 3.
It's the giveaway to number 3.
Copy Sam Raimi's
number 3 movie and do it right this time.
Just don't add too many villains into it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't add Green Goblin because you don't have a Osborn.
Not yet.
Any Osborns.
No, and we should start with Norman. In the shadows.
Because I think Tony would have been a great segue into Norman.
I think so too.
But now Tony's gone. Spoilers.
If they haven't seen the movie that is this far from catching up to Avatar yet, it's their own fault.
Just saying.
Well, so that was the other Graham Norton thing is Tom Holland's going like it's Peter dealing with the effects of losing Tony Stark when he dies in Endgame, and he's like, spoilers, and he's like, unless you've been living under a rock, like everybody's seen this movie, right? Like, I'm safe on that one.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow was like, I haven't seen it yet. And Jake Gyllenhaal looks over. You were in it.
Should go see it.
Either way, like yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
I mean, it would be good unless something happens in, like, again, this Far From Home where someone else dies, or Mysterio pulls MJ into the multiverse, or to the other dimension.
And Spider-Man goes dimension jumping.
And he does that, but he's starting to get down on himself. Come Venom. This way you're mixing both ideas together. The Spider-Verse with the Venom.
Get some Madam Web going on.
Do it.
If you're dimension jumping.
Please do Madam Web.
That'd be so cool.
I want to see her live action.
Yeah, I would dig that. And then it was cool because, and this is the next part that's making the internet go insane again, but Zendaya dyed her hair red.
Yeah, and dressed very fashionista.
Well, she's already in that realm of stuff, sort of thing.
But very much.
I know she aimed for it, and I'm like,
she got it.
I'm good with this. This works.
Yep.
She's not Mary Jane. No, she's
MJ.
MJ. I'm down with it. I think it's cool. I think that part was... Everybody's like, so in the trailers, her hair's still black. Is this like a post-credit scene? Like she walks out of a, bathroom or something? Like, okay, what do you think? And like towel off and bright red hair sort of thing. And looks great, MJ. Bam.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, you go get him, Tiger. And it's like, oh, snap.
Just keep throwing those things in there.
Oh, my God.
She hooks up with Ned. Plot twist.
See,
that would be a good.
There's a good
put them into a gutter because she hooks up with Ned.
There's an M. Night Shyamalan twist for you.
She hooks up with Ned and he's all and then the Venom suit comes.
Yeah. I don't know what you do.
Done.
I don't know what you.
I can write movies.
Yes.
You would never see that twist coming.
I've got a great idea for a twist, guys. We kill Peter Parker.
No, don't kill him. She hooks up with Ned. Because there's no indication that she has feelings for him.
Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJ doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. She knows he's left this team. She's slightly stalking him in the first film.
That's something else.
Okay. Whew. It's gonna go. What happened?
Basketball stuff.
Moving on. Pokemon's a game with a catchphrase, a very popular catchphrase.
One that I have kind of followed through. That I try to do every time I play a Pokemon game.
Gotta catch them all.
I try. I never do it.
I
think I've come like 120. That's close as I've gotten.
Yeah. Well, so in the new game, you cannot technically, and it's not that you can't catch them all. You can catch all the ones that are available in the new Sword and Shield game.
Yes.
The biggest kind of thing that's kind of getting at people is usually once you beat the base game, there's a way of teleporting your Pokemon from the Pokebank into the game so that you can then play the rest of the game with Pokemon of your choosing.
Yes.
You have a favorite Pokemon that's not available in the game. After you've beaten the game, you can drag them in.
Yeah.
And play with them again in full 3D and whatever else. And
well, there's always been like the Sandshrew and
there's always
separation
those
game.
And we can still trade for those. There's still going to be that stuff.
Yeah.
This problem is there's now 700 Pokemon available to us, over 700 Pokemon available to us.
Yeah.
And there's only going to be 400 playable in this game, and no more. So even after you've beaten the game, you can't take your
Pokebank stuff.
Pokebank Pokemon. You can take some of them, but not all of them. There's like a white list of like, yeah, that one's cool. Squirtle can come through.
Yeah.
Your Pidgey cannot.
Seriously, they're cutting.
We don't know.
Pidgey.
I don't know what the list is, but like we don't know the list yet. But that's the thing or we know some of them because we've seen them in the game. So it's like, oh, of course, like Lucario's gonna make it because he's Lucario.
He's in Super Smash.
He's Lucario. Like he's big enough, right? Like Mewtwo, probably gonna make it because he's.
I would actually see them cutting the legendaries. You're not allowed to bring them over.
And that might be, like it'll be interesting to see what happens. But that's people are a little miffed because we've been able to do this now for a lot of games since the Pokebank was pretty much invented. We've been able to transfer our Pokemon
Yeah.
with us. This is the first time where they're not, and they're going, oh, it's a technical limitation. On a system more powerful than the last one you did?
I have a sneaky, fan speculation.
Yes.
It might be like a DLC thing.
Ooh, that would piss people off. This game's all ready, so they made that announcement, and then people really started picking at this game. You want the rest of the Pokemon, download this DLC.
Well, not all of them. Like, have them in packs.
Oof, that would piss people off. Because, again, I've already caught them.
But make them available to catch? So
Available to catch, maybe, but, again, I should... If I've already caught them. Like, that's the kicker is, the models are made... Because they future-proofed their models. That was the big thing when they moved to 3D models.
Yeah.
They made them for, like, 4K TVs.
Yeah.
And then shrank the model down till it was like, okay, it still looks good and it'll work on a 3DS.
Yeah.
So the whole point to that was that as they kept making games for more powerful systems, they had these, models ready to go. So the models are done. It's not like the gameplay has changed. It is still, I use water gun. Water effect comes somewhere out of my Pokemon, hits the other Pokemon. Like, you don't actually still see this Pokemon hit that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like an overly cinematic battle where they've had to redo all the animations.
If you watched, I guess I mentioned to you the other day, if you watch that Castlevania creator animated video.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. That is creepy.
But, that's my thing. Is this what, and I've always wanted more of a, Super Smash Bros.-esque Pokemon game, like if we're gonna change the game up.
Yeah.
I want a battle where I control the Pokemon and 4 moves, forward, up, down, B, that's how Smash works, with a regular tackle attack on B, if they just want to something, and then you click a button and you select and you can just change your Pokemon out, make it like a Poke Battle. But again, I'm asking for Super Smash Bros. With 700 fighters.
Yes.
And type effects and poison and I get that is
super hard,
a fever dream of mine where I'm like, wouldn't it be cool? It would be, but I get that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But you already have the models in the same base game that we got on the last handheld costume or console. Why can't I have all 700? They're calling it a technical limitation, but they've gone from a 3DS to a Switch. There's more juice.
Yeah.
There's more memory. There's more everything. How is this a technical limitation?
They couldn't do 700.
But they're already done. That's the problem, is they're already done.
I know.
That's what I'm having
DLC.
Yeah, they're maybe they can patch a fix in for that tree that everybody keeps posting online.
It's a minor thing.
Yeah, but...
The bigger issue is this catch 'em all thing.
So again, you can still catch all the Pokemon available in the game, other than obviously the 3 or 4 that will be locked behind trading with someone who bought the other game. Cool.
We just got to coordinate that.
And we will. Well, if push comes to shove, Tony and his wife are both getting the game.
Yeah.
On separate consoles. They're going to end up having another Switch in the house, so... One of them will get one of them will get the other, so...
Yeah.
We'll find a way to get them all that we can possibly get.
We plan this every time. We planned it with
I know.
Let's Go, that I would catch all the stuff for you guys. And
then we all stopped playing Let's Go.
We stopped.
Because Let's Go fighting mechanics sucked.
I just throw a ball.
I know, but I couldn't actually fight wild Pokemon.
Whatever.
I prefer that leveling up system to just
There wasn't a level up, so it was CP.
I know. It drove me a little insane. But, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, keeping the legendaries is one thing, though.
Yeah.
Because every region can have a different legendary.
Yep.
So intermingling them would be just chaos. But
Well,
limiting them down by 300.
yeah. Well, and the big piece is, again, you only got your old Pokemon once you beat the base game. So, you'd beaten the Elite Four or whatever the the big end boss was. So it's not like you're bringing in your level 100 Zapdos to be like, I'm going to clear through the Elite Four or whatever they happen to be in this game. It's legitimately okay, I've beat them. Now I want to see what my Zapdos looks like on my TV.
Yeah.
You know, in full 3D, and then I'm going to, Giga Evolution it, or whatever we're calling it, Dynamax it.
Maybe they couldn't do that.
And if that's what they're doing, then I can do without Dynamaxing. If, again...
Give me all my Pokemon.
Really, in a game about collecting all of the things,
Yep.
I would rather collect all the things than have a, giant Pokemon. Because again, I don't need that weird mechanic. I don't need the Mega Evolutions. I don't need the Z moves. I don't need the evolutions.
Yeah.
The strategy to Pokemon was always type differentials and all of that jazz.
And it has so many different types.
Yeah. Like, if you want to do something new, add a new type, or again, change up the way that the battles work if you really want
They've
to.
done everything for types.
I know.
You can't, there's nothing else you can...
Music type Pokemon.
There already is.
No, it's not an actual type.
Earth?
Ground. And rock. We've got ground and rock. We have covered Earth.
And leaf and...
Yeah, water, fire,
Air.
air. I was
Which
gonna say
is wind.
wind. No, wait. Yeah, we've got it. Flying type Pokemon, I guess, is the
Cloud. Fluffy?
fairy.
Fluffy?
Hi. What do you think?
Outer space?
Puppy Pokemon?
There already is.
Well, no, we'll just make it a brand new type. And they're strong against everything because they're so gosh darn cute. I really think what they should have kept going with was the regional specific evolutions of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good idea.
They might still.
And they might, but if you're going to go with technical limitations, go that direction. So at least it's we couldn't fit them in the game because we've come up with 200 different
But I wonder too, maybe that it's 700 Pokemon. You have a very limited space. Would it just be that to build an island big enough to encompass 700 different types of Pokemon?
But you can't catch them. That's the piece. You can only transfer them over. So you have to go buy Sun and Moon, Sun and or Moon, catch them there, and then move them over. So it's not that they're out flying in the wild. It's legitimately, I've already caught my whatever from this game.
That's what I wonder.
I'm gonna just move it this way.
But that's what I wonder though. Would it be that? Is that to build an area big enough, it would be on their capacity.
But they don't need to build any extra area.
But if you're encompassing 700 Pokemon.
No, because you won't see them other than in battles. And in your Pokedex. Maybe the Pokedex wouldn't go beyond the number 700. Who knows? That's where I'm having the most issues is we've done it before. I can move my Squirtle from the game that came before Sun and Moon. X and Y.
Yeah.
I can move my Squirtle from X and Y over to Sun and Moon after I've beaten the game.
Yeah.
So now he's sitting in that game, and I can then move him back to my Pokebank if I want to, and he can sit in my Pokebank. But it doesn't mean I move Squirtle and now there's wild Squirtles. Squirtle's now just in my party and my party alone, and that's it. So if you're talking technical limitations and memory, then it's putting all the models in there.
Maybe.
But they've already done it on the 3DS.
But it wasn't 700. No.
Yeah.
It wasn't 700.
Yeah. Last generation?
X and Y?
Yeah.
Because they've added...
No, and Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, you could still do it. Chicka, chicka, chicka. Hold on. Let's see.
I don't know.
Where's my thingy? Because I can just use Pokemon Go. Because
Your thing.
the newest Pokemon is Meltan, so that'll be -1 will give us the number we need. But that's what I mean. It's one of those things where I'm just I don't know why they would limit it at this point. Meltan is 808, so we were at 807 before Meltan, and they were all in Sun. They were all able to be used in Sun and Moon, not caught,
I don't know.
but used. That's the piece. I get not catching them all,
But I want to catch them all.
and And maybe going down your DLC route, the DLC would be new regions.
New areas, new
or
gym
old,
bosses.
But like old regions, so like you'd go from Galar or whatever it is and take a boat and go to Kanto.
Maybe.
And then all of a sudden it's like, now you can catch these guys, and everybody would be like, really? Really? Like,
yeah.
But again, then don't tell us it's technical limitations. Tell us it's, you know, a game development choice of like, we have plans and, you know, putting them all in right now and using the Pokebank system doesn't work towards our plans. I don't know.
That's annoying so many people.
It is annoying a lot of people, and then again, people are looking at the game and going, you're on the Switch, like, can we make this game look prettier, please? Because because they're looking at a tree that looks like it's from, like, an N64 game.
Yeah.
And they're like, we just got Breath of the Wild, we know what this thing can do.
You're getting Witcher, you're getting all those big games.
Right. And again, The Witcher, like, tones down some of the shading and this and that and everything, but...
It has to.
It still looks pretty.
Yeah.
And again, Breath of the Wild straight out of Nintendo, it's like, look what you guys did. You made it pretty. Like, you know, what can we do? So, I don't know. It's making me a little more hem and haw about this game.
Yeah.
Just because I don't understand what they're trying to do.
Will that Tony try it out first?
Yeah. That might be a slightly skewed view of the game, though. Like, if he hates it, then we know it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
But if he likes it, then I still gotta go.
Then one of us has to sacrifice.
Then one of us has to make the jump.
One of us is gonna do it.
Yeah, so that's my thing, is I'm just... It is putting a bit of a damper on it after we saw it at E3, and it's like, oh, this is okay, cool. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, there's these little things, and then once people get down on something, then they really start picking at it, and then it starts to lose steam, and maybe that's what has to happen with this next Pokemon game.
Lose steam?
Is just actually not sell very well.
DLC.
For them to try and reinvigorate the series. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
DLC.
Maybe, segue time, you add boobs.
That's a terrible segue.
I know. The internet is again pissed off because it's always pissed off, but this time it's pissed off because we got some gameplay and some cinematic footage of Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
People were really excited on stage or at the conference when they showed her off originally.
Mm-hmm.
Now people have had time to again watch the video and the footage. I have a tail. And the footage shows that she appears to be more flat-chested than she originally was.
Oh no.
In the original game. So people, being people, are mad. There was also an interview that came out, which is where this all kind of came from, and it was translated poorly.
Yeah.
Saying that they were told to tone down her chest. And that was not what actually should have been said. The words translated roughly should actually be more constrict or hold it down, essentially.
Yeah.
Either way, they put Tifa in a sports bra. They put the ninja lady who kicks and punches and does all the somersaults in, supportive undergarments that are actually meant for what she's doing. So, take that, internet. It's a weird thing to be it's just one of those ones I read it and I'm like, really?
People are complaining about anything.
And this is one of those ones where you're like, this is one of those ones that maybe you shouldn't complain about online anymore.
No, because you can get a lot of trouble for this one right now.
Well, really, the gaming sphere has changed so much from prepubescent teens going boobs to gaming is for everybody and a lot of different types of people game. You're not gaining much support with this one, I feel.
No.
Boobs.
Not at all.
So, either way, that was what the...
If this is an issue, I hate to see when Bayonetta comes out next.
So yeah, that was... That was all one of those things. Was like she's now just in a sports bra, so it's not that they have done anything.
They put her in a sports bra.
Yeah, they just actually put her into. They made the game slightly more realistic because she's still a twig with,
Yeah.
a fairly large chest. Because it's anime.
I don't know. I don't play those games, so. And really, that's not going to be my selling or my buying point, I guess.
They put her that they got smaller, or that she's in a sports bra.
That's not going to be the
yeah
selling point to me.
No.
For a game.
No.
I really don't care. Give me story.
Well, in that game, it has a okay story, but the gameplay looks actually pretty cool for a remake, which I'm kind of excited about, so that's cool. But I just thought I'd share that one because it made me giggle, because I'm like, oh, internet. You choose the strangest things to get angry about.
All the time.
Yep. Gotta catch 'em all. Boobs. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the post-credit show. We talk about games we've played, movies we've watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done.
Yeah.
While you're waiting for us to recombobulate things, you can check out barrelrollnews.com for all of our social media links and everything else that we do.
Click the subscribe button.
Oh, yeah. Click the likes and subscribes and all the things, and share with your friends.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.